In a distant forest filled with towering trees and enchanting flowers, the animals lived in happiness and harmony. In the heart of this forest, there was a rabbit named Ron, renowned for his incredible speed and even greater arrogance. Ron loved to boast in front of everyone, declaring, "I am the fastest in the forest. No one can match me, and I'm certainly the best here." However, not all animals were impressed by Ron's arrogance. Lua, the turtle, was known for her calmness and patience, and she paid no heed to Ron's usual boasting. "Patience and hard work are the keys to success, not arrogance," she would whisper to herself as she moved along her slow but confident path. One day, while Ron was standing in the middle of the forest, boasting as usual to a group of animals, he announced loudly, "My friends, you must admit, I am the fastest here, and this is not just an opinion, it's a fact." The animals chuckled silently, yet Lua, with her steady steps, approached Ron and proposed, "Ron, how about we race? Let's see who reaches the great oak tree at the valley's end first." Ron laughed loudly, mocking the idea. "A race? Between you and me? That's utterly illogical. How can a slow turtle challenge me?" Lua looked at him steadily and said, "A challenge reveals the truth. Let's try." The animals cheered for Lua's suggestion, urging Ron, "Come on, Ron, you must accept the challenge." Ron agreed, still laughing, believing victory was assured. The next morning, all the forest animals gathered to witness the race. Ron stood with his shiny coat, casting a mocking smile at Lua. Across from him, Lua was ready, and though much slower than the rabbit, her eyes brimmed with confidence. With the resounding beat of the drums, the race began. Like an arrow, Ron leapt and sprinted with incredible speed, leaving Lua far behind. Ron glanced back boastfully and thought to himself, "This isn't a race. I can take a long break and still be far ahead easily." After a short burst of running, Ron decided to rest under the shade of a large tree. Stretching out, he said, "I'll take a light nap. The turtle won't reach me for hours anyway." And he closed his eyes, drifting into a deep sleep. What Ron overlooked was something simple yet extraordinary. Lua, despite her slowness, never stopped. Her small, steady steps brought her closer and closer to the finish line. While Ron was deep in slumber, the turtle continued on her path with calm determination. Hour by hour, she advanced confidently, and before the cheering animals, she approached the finish line. Suddenly, Ron awoke to the sound of loud cheers. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief and glanced around to see Lua about to reach the finish line. "No, this can't be!" Ron shouted, and he dashed back into the race with all his speed. Ron ran with all his usual speed, but it was too late. Lua had crossed the finish line just a second before he could. The animals began clapping and cheering for the turtle, declaring her the winner. Ron stood there feeling deeply ashamed, watching the triumphant turtle.